Hi folks, right, I'll try and make this into a tutorial. This is a piece of Fabriano £130 studio paper, much cheaper than the artist qualities that you can use. Okay, so give it a wet. Now I want to keep this as simple as possible. If you're a beginner, you're just setting out and you're a bit bewildered and you want to do watercolours, you don't need to go and spend a lot of money on an expensive metal box with all the little compartments. I use a hake and large brushes, much easier to use than sables, when you get used to them that is. You don't need dozens of colours to start with in your paint box. What you need is a plastic tray from a grocery store, wherever. Buy packs of 2, very cheap, lasts forever, tough as old boots, and just a few colours. Now my colours are the Ron Ransom palette plus burnt sienna. Ron was died a couple of years ago, very famous for amateurs. His great hero was Edward Seago, great Norfolk painter, landscape, and Ron learned to paint from him. Well, not directly, but he found it difficult, like we all do. He discovered this brush early on. It's gone through several reconstructions over the years, but this is the one we use now. The large Ron Ransom hake. It's about 45mm wide, or getting on for 2 inches, and quite thin. It does a lot of things. Excuse me, I'm coughing away. I'll probably have to wet this again because I'm giving you a preamble. And the colours he used are the colours I use today. That I came across him first about 35 years ago, when I was struggling doing watercolours with, these sorts of brushes, rounds, sable rounds, or not sable rounds, squirrel mops. And Ron's palette was cadmium yellow or lemon yellow, raw sienna, you use a lot of that, bit of alizarin crimson, light red, use quite a bit of that, ultramarine, use a lot of that, burnt umber, I don't use a lot of it, Payne's grey I do, and burnt sienna is my eighth colour. So 8 colours, squirt them out from 21mm tubes, because that's the most economical way to buy them. Just give this another wet. Use your hairdryer when you need to. And I'm going to do a bit of a rocky scene. I've just done 2, one on Patreon and one for YouTube. I hope you've looked at them. They're pretty basic, no detail, just an illusion of detail. So I'm going to put a base colour on for the stands for the light behind the clouds. So it's quite a nice deep yellow, and I usually paint the water at the same time. No horizon, not drawing any horizon. We want an impression. So that's the colour that we can have there. Where do you go from there? Well, while the paper's wet, you can do a lot with it. So we'll put a strong, I like grey skies, but with a bit of blue thrown in. So at the top of that, we'll put light red. This is a very strong colour, so be careful with it. The ultramarine is quite weak. These are student qualities. They are Cotsman 21mm tubes. The Winsor & Newton, probably made in China. So look, this all dries much lighter than when you put it on, so you have to bear that in mind. So let's get a bit of a sky going on there. So look, bit of water there, and then we'll put a little bit of blue on the horizon. Okay, we can add a little bit of red in there. There's no limit to this, whatever you want to do. You'll find that because your paper should be tilted, but you don't have to. If I put it in stone, somebody's bound to comment and say, well, no, that's not right, I do it like this. So you can tilt it, but if it's vertical, because the water's going to run down your page and cause you problems. But I used to demonstrate vertically, but I was very experienced, so I can handle it. But this is about 30-degree angle. 4 clips. You just put it tight, and then I'm going to dry it. All right. So here we go, hair dryer. So fast forward through this bit. Go. I want to put some hills in the background, like a Scottish lake or Scottish tarn, stream, loch, estuary. Scotland is where all our UK dramatic scenery is. Dramatic, I mean mountainous. Not like Edinburgh. Similarities or Himalayas. And we've got North Wales, which is very mountainous, but low mountains. Okay, that's our base painting. Now we can do what we like on that. Nice and dry, nice and flat. And with our hake, clean, make sure the brush is clean, or the other hake, make sure this one's clean. I've got plenty of toweling that I can scrape my brush on just to take out the excess moisture. When you use a hake, you don't need to press hard because it will release a lot of water. It's a very light touch, very light, feather touch, caress. So we want blue distance to give an impression of distance. So let's just, and then we'll put in some burnt sienna, a bit of yellow, and just now you don't overdo this. With this paper, you can't overwork it. It'll just go to mud. But whilst we've got that wet, we can get a bit of burnt sienna, a bit of blue, but thick paint, because the paper underneath is very wet. With that initial wash, you need the paint to stick. So just a bit dark. A few trees in the distance, bit of reflection. Right, so the baker's split, so just work it in a bit of water or a bit of palette grey. Right, now I'm going to try that, and here we go. Fine. Oops, just run over the wire. I want to dry that because I'm going to bring hilly, rocky background or sides coming in. This is the distance. This is distance. This is middle distance. Got my card. That's a wonderful paintbrush. Okay. First person I saw use a credit card or a bit of plastic was John Darlison, about over 35 years ago, for the art group I belonged to for many years. He did this. I've still got the demo. I bought the demo. Just adding some bits and pieces just to keep that nice and dark. I'm going to etch that with that bit of card. Yes, he did this wonderful sort of, not waterfall, but an old shed, a couple of people. Amazing piece of demonstrating. Full imperial. Oh, I keep fairly dark here now because I need a bit of red coming to the foreground. So let's just I can put plenty of colour in, so that when I lift out, it's going to have some effect. Light against dark, always light against dark. Right, it's all rough ground, so let's have a bit of yellow and a bit of burnt sienna. Move, what's that? This is all just stuff. It doesn't exist. It's just an illusion or an impression of detail without actually putting much in that is detailed. Look, it's just brush strokes. Okay, right, now then we'll start lifting out. Card. You can overdo this, so let's just sorry, my head's in the way. Oh, I'm overdoing it for the exercise. You can't do this on a lot of the better quality papers because the paint water tends to stay on the surface of this sort of paper. It's a sizing, but this is a beautiful paper for that. Oh. Okay, so that's that side sorted. Trying to create a bit of an impression of right, I'll justify that later. Try to create the illusion of grass, but I will do a bit later on that. Now I want to not go up quite so high, but I want to put some trees on this. Bit of Payne's grey, more of a shadow there. And more birch yellow and a bit of yellow. Plenty of watery effects here. You could use a lot of burnt umber here, but I'm just using Payne's grey and burnt sienna. There's a bit of a shortcut to burnt umber. Now, sort of coming as a salt marsh. So I want to come down here with this. Leave a lot of space there. That's water. Right, card. Where's my card? Plenty of rocky coast here in Scotland, sorry if you're Scottish, but it's just got everything that I like to paint from memory or from making it up, which I'm doing now. Right, okay, now I'm going to put some trees on top of here. Oh, let's do a bit. Right, let's use a rigger. When you put grasses, bits of wood sticking up on grass or in the water, just bring them down. Yeah. We'll have a bit of a marker wood here. And we can just look, it just gives that impression of detail. No, I've not done any drawing. Okay, now I've got some trees in here. Now we're getting a bit buckled now, so let's just stretch it out, pull it tight, and well, it's a little bit damp there. I'll give that a dry. So headphones off. Thinking of it. This paper does tend towards mud. It doesn't diffuse in the paper like the good ones, like the Saunders or the Archers or Winsor and Newton papers. But it's still a very good paper to learn on. I'm going to use my little hake and a bit of heavier stuff on the top here, so a bit of dark green, cad yellow. Use a lot of cad yellow. And then we'll I keep meaning to put some of these pines in, but I forgot. We'll do some, well, let's put a bush or two in here. And now because this is now re-wet, I can etch into it. Right, card. So just that little bit of white scraped back. It now says trees, doesn't it? Right, let's do the other side now. Put some bigger ones on here. Leave holes for the birds. Okay. See, I've left bits of sparkle there, but now I'm going to scrape out some trunks. Okay, well there we are. I can put a little bit of, when I find my hake, so a bit of that green colour. Just put a bit of that green back a bit. Right. Now I can. I'll go find my pencil. Oh, will it? Right, okay, I'm not going to do any more than that. Find a rig, I'll sign it, put the birds in, put it in a mount. Right. Now, here we go. They're not really bright. I'll do those with some gouache. Right, that's all we need. Anything more than that would just be too much. So there we are. A Scottish Highland scene. I hope you like that one. I hope you learned something from it. Remember, all this is just an illusion. It's not painted. It's put in as paint, but it's textured with sort of texture, light and dark and texture, with scraping. If I'm doing oil, you can lift out with brushes, all sorts of stuff. But I've just anti-painted these bits just by scraping out. It gives you that impression. And if you wanted to show a bit more, you can always use a sable, or sable mix, bit of white, and a touch of ochre, because the white is opaque. Look. Oh. There. You can overuse gouache, and you can overuse the scraping out, but it's all good fun. But don't try to put too much in. This looks like there's a lot of painting, but what, 20 minutes of just washes, putting washes on, and then before it dries, just scraping out, just lifting out with a bit of card. Look, you've got your trees, your twigs, your rocks, grasses, if I had remembered. So there you are. There won't be any more painting from me till Monday, as my daughter's coming over tomorrow, cyber savvy, to still sorting out getting hacked and falling for a hack last Saturday. So if anybody phones you saying, well, we're phoning from Amazon Prime and somebody's trying to steal £78 out of your account, it's a scam. But when she passed me over to her Amazon technician, that's when I sort of went for it, went for the bait. But luckily my daughter's very good. She works on cyber security. She was a police officer for 18 years and she ended up on the National Crime Agency doing online crime, paedophiles and that sort of stuff. She now works for an American cyber outfit with an office here which she's part of, and she sorts me out. Poor old dad. But there you are. Kids are much more savvy than us old folks. Right, I'll see you soon. Enjoy your weekends, guys. Bye bye. Oh no, I've got to just take you up so you can actually see what I've done. Oh, there we are. Another Scottish Highland scene. I call it Highland scene. Right, bye bye.